Welcome to Food and Loathing. I hope you are hungry. Actually, I suppose it doesn't matter much if you're hungry now because we're going to make you hungry. We write about food. We come on this podcast every week to talk about what we've been eating, and we frequently interview Las Vegas's top chefs.
More so than anybody else.
You think those
if the numbers are correct?
I think those fuckers at the Beard Awards would pay attention. Michelin, you guys do anything? But,
hey,
no.
They're coming back to Vegas.
I know.
You never know.
We toil in obscurity, but we're here every motherfucking week. And obscurity. I've been a lot of things in my life. Obscure's never been one of them.
I'm saying, that's not your strong suit.
Nor is toil, if I'm going to be completely honest. Oh, man, I'm very excited to be reunited in person with my co-host, Samantha Gemini Stevens. Gemini's going to be co-hosting and engineering today. Oh, I'm so happy. All I have to do is fucking talk.
I know,
I don't
right?
have to twist any knobs. I don't have to fucking listen in my ears. I don't have to have Rich tell me what I did wrong.
You don't have to make any notes, push any buttons.
No. This is so easy. This is what I want, man.
That's right. You don't have to toil today.
No toil.
No toiling today.
No obscurity either, but fuck that. So how you been?
I'm good.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm glad to be in Vegas. I'm glad the weather is a lot nicer here than places I've been lately.
I know you dropped us a message a couple weeks ago.
Did, yeah.
But how you feeling and how have your travels been going?
Pretty good. If you see me on the street, you'll see that I'm pushing an accessory. I've got a silver little walker with me. But things have been good. Everything's improving.
You haven't decorated your walker yet.
No, I need to.
It's Christmas, man.
I need to. I need some like battery operated LED lights or something. It's been going through too many airports. So now that I can settle for a little while, like I'm gonna have some fun with it this week for sure.
Cool.
And if anybody wants to, call me for sponsorships and branding, isn't that what F1 drivers do?
Yeah, we'll just slap your brand on the
like
fucking
that.
walker,
yeah,
man.
Just tell me what you want to add. We'll put stickers all over the damn thing. I will advertise whatever the fuck you want.
And I'm just gonna say this thing moves a lot slower than an F1 car, so people get a much longer view of that ad. F1, you're like, what the fuck is that? Oh, yeah, Monster. Okay. I'm going to go drink that. Oh, I don't remember what it was.
Yeah,
but
I'll hang pictures of your food on there. We'll put stickers of your bar on there. Like, if you see me out and about, let's do it. I'm in.
Cool. Our good friend Rich Johnson is producing this episode from the Seattle offices. So howdy, Rich.
Hi, Rich. We love you, Rich.
Rich is going to have a lot to do this week. I've done so many fucking interviews in this past week. I think I'm going to have to put one. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to
put. You've been toiling.
I've been toiling.
It's going to be the word of the day.
I've been toiling like a motherfucker, man. Bubble, toil, and trouble.
That's right.
Is that not Hamlet? Which Shakespeare is that from? Where are the witches? King Lear, Hamlet? What are the witches in? I don't even fucking remember. Okay, now the smart people are all just reminded how dumb I fucking am. I think we're actually going to push one. I thought we were going to have Robbie Cunningham on this week. I know I sort of teased that last week, but there's just so much. If I drop it on with everything else, this is going to break a new record for long episodes. And last week was already super fucking long. Yeah. So without Robbie, this may be a little shorter than usual, but that's okay. We're going to move him back.
It just makes me salivate for the pizza and the interview that comes with it even more. I'm in it.
And, we could go down and, we can have some between now and that interview when that runs.
It.
So that's good. Here's what I'm thinking. For my Italian friends or people that are just Italian in the taste buds, I spent a little time researching restaurants in Las Vegas that are taking part in one of my favorite Italian culinary traditions, and I don't have a lot. I was, Mancini. I'm not a real practicing Italian. I'm 25% Italian. The Italian culinary traditions don't tend to be my thing. I don't get excited about zeppoli or some other form of fried fucking dough with powdered sugar on it. Tiramisu doesn't do anything for me, but I do like pastas. But as far as traditions, big traditions, I've got to say, I do like Feast of Seven Fishes.
Yes.
Oh. It is one of my favorites. It's a tradition that thrives in the U.S., mostly on the East Coast, but I found quite a few places doing it here. So I dropped by 3 of them to get the lowdown. In the center of the show, you are going to hear me speaking with Nicole Brisson at Brezza in Resorts World, Mimmo Ferraro of Ferraro's, and Chef Nicholas Beesley of the Triple George Grill to get the lowdown on their Seven Fishes offerings. One of those is already underway. So I kind of got you covered, right? If you want to do a family-run place that's off-strip, then you could go into the Ferraro's. That's
Absolutely.
It's where I went last year. It's fucking amazing. If you want to go to the Strip, of course, nothing beats Brezza. Nothing beats going over to Resorts World.
No.
It's a fun place to go. I don't know what they have holiday seasoned over there, but I'm sure there's fucking something you can ice skate or, I don't know, throw a snowball. I don't fucking know, but I'm sure they're doing something super fun. So you go over there. And then if you want to go downtown, man, then I say go to Triple George Grill. So I actually used some strategy in putting that together.
Yeah.
So it's a busy show. Also in this show, we've got Dan Coughlin talking a little bit about Yurt on Main Street in the Arts District. We've got Project Barbecue's Rob Baker explaining the remodel and menu changes at Circa's Fremont fronting barbecue spot. And we have Shuchi Patel of the new Henderson Indian restaurant Taste of Gujarat. We also have Andrew Morgan talking about some Arts District happy hours. Now you can hear why I don't have room for fucking Robbie, right? I mean, that's a lot of stuff. By the way, also, we're right in the middle of Hanukkah.
Yep.
I wasn't able to make it over to Sobel Brothers Hanukkah, but I do want to say, especially this fucking year with everything going on, I want to make sure I wish all of my Jewish friends a very, very happy and peaceful and safe fucking Hanukkah. And seriously, motherfuckers, stop fighting over a religion, for fuck's sake. It's just goddamn ridiculous. What happened in, I'm just blown away by what's happened in the past week. But that's not what we talk about on the show. We get you fucking hungry, and so we're going to stick to that. Gemini, welcome back.
Thank
you got
you.
anything to, so what do you got? You've been traveling. Have you eaten anywhere in Vegas? Have you eaten anywhere overseas or something that we need to know about?
I haven't left the country for a while.
Okay, good. You may not get back in.
Not if they look at my social media. I shouldn't make fun.
No shit,
That's
man.
the problem. Anyway. I actually was able to go. I was in Philadelphia for a little bit. Got to see some friends. Got to do some food stuff. Mostly eat a lot and see some friends and hang out with some really cool people.
You told me you had some John's roast pork and you were not blown away.
I was not blown away, but to be fair, it was brought in to the place where I was that day.
Oh.
And so I think if I had gone fresh, it would have been great. But shout out to local chef Todd Harrington, who we've talked about his food. We've talked about his knife making. He texted me and said I had to go to different places. So I tried like 3 or 4 different places that he told me and made him a list of like my favorite in order and why. Kavanaugh's Rittenhouse was a really good couple of sandwiches. Jim's on South was fantastic.
South Street, man. 1982 to 1986.
Yeah?
I'm a high school motherfucker in New Jersey. And when you tell your parents, I mean, probably not much in 82, 83. I didn't even have friends who could drive. But once you get the friends who could drive, man, you drive to the high speed line, which is the Patco line, sort of like the Path line is in New York, right? It's the Port Authority, high speed line. So we get there, we get on in Lindenwold, New Jersey, we go over, we get off, we'd walk to South Street.
You gotta go to South Street.
We'd buy our punk rock clothes and skins and zipper heads and all those joints, and of course you have a cheesesteak at Jim's, man.
I love it. It was so good. They have got it dialed in. So we were just super excited. That was the first one we tried. John went with me for a few days and then came back and met me at the end of it. Got to go to a place called Twisted Tail with a girlfriend who lives in New Jersey. She brought out her son. It's been a while since I've seen her, so that was really good. Quail on a stick, some really great roasted maitake mushroom with like this Asian barbecue sauce, some fantastic pork belly and a couple of salads, and their pastas were really fantastic. So, and then, mostly was just kind of wandering around and just seeing who I could see and taking recommendations and popping into teeny tiny little places. I went to this place called the Dutch Eating Place inside Reading Terminal Market that does the apple dumplings with the full blown roasted apple inside and the almost soggy bottom pastry, but you don't care because it's all covered in caramel. Had some scrapple while I was there.
Okay.
And I love offal. I love Spam. I love stuff, all that kind of stuff. So I love scrapple, and I was so happy I got some.
If you're not from the Philadelphia area, scrapple is the poor man's offal.
Yeah.
And if you don't, sometimes we throw words around because we've been such nerds. We've been in this business for so fucking long. Really why I got to get out of it and let excited kids who haven't seen everything do this shit. But offal is, of course, organ meat. It's the stuff, and it's fine dining restaurants will use it. It's the lesser meats. It's things like that. Stuff that you really can't sell, right? So you usually shove it into sausages or you shove it into hot dogs. You do things like that. great chefs will cook it. They'll make great, things out of brains and snouts and trotters and all of that stuff. But in Philadelphia, they don't do that. Philadelphia, they take all the parts of the animal that are too fucking disgusting to put in hot dogs. And I really want you to think about that for a second. Just the hot dog guy came by and said, "Can't use that. Better put it in Scrapple." Okay, so and then it's basically cornmeal is the filler, right? And
the one we had was buckwheat, but yeah.
Okay, so it's some kind of grain.
Some sort of grain, yeah.
And then it comes in a gray loaf. It's the only fucking gray meat
it's pretty
I think I've ever seen. No, it's fucking gray, man. It's like steel gray. If I'm going to go get a new luxury car, I want it in like Scrapple gray, man. It's a nice color, but not for meat.
Oh my God, I'm dying.
And then you slice it real thin and you fry it up till it's crispy. And it's good. If you grew up there, it's really good. I was just telling Gemini, here's my image of what happens when they make Scrapple. I'm sorry, I'm just going off today.
Do it.
I don't know. I imagine that there's this big piggy slaughterhouse somewhere, right? And they're just killing pigs all day. That's what they do, okay? And they're making us nice pork chops, and they're chopping them up, and they're blah, blah, blah. And I've never been in a slaughterhouse. I've read Upton Sinclair's The Jungle, though, so
I just bought a new copy because I lost mine. I love that book.
So, I picture like that they take everything and they rip it all out and they do whatever. They send the skin to the football factory and, whatever they do with these fucking piggies. And they get it down till they have just ravaged this all of their dead pigs like a vulture was there. And then this is in my mind, by the way. This is not what really happens, probably. But this is just in my head. And then, I would assume that the floor gets all messy with disgusting stuff that falls out of the pigs. And I figure that rather than clean it, they just throw down some cornmeal and they sweep it all into a big pile and they form a loaf of Scrapple. In my fantasy world, that's where Scrapple comes from. And I still eat the shit. That's
absolutely.
the best part,
we really enjoyed it. But yeah, it was super thin, super, super crispy on the outside, but it was like lava in the middle. So we actually ate the apple dumpling first and then went back for the Scrapple. But yeah, just had some really great meals, had some really good seafood. Met up with some really fun people, some people I hadn't seen in a really long time. So that was really awesome.
Did you see the Liberty Bell?
I was right by it, but with the walker thing and also the weather, it's fucking cold. I have seen it in person a few times, so I did not go stand in line for that because it used to be you could walk through and you see it.
Dude, I grew up there.
Now people just stand in line for days.
If you go at like 3 a.m. after you've been drinking on South Street,
you can
just
see it
walk
through the
right
windows.
up to
And it's
it.
beautiful.
Yeah, it's really great.
But we did drive through a couple of times some of the older parts of town, so I got to see that St. Mary's is celebrating its 250th. That's like one of the OG churches in that area. Got to go by some really cool older buildings that are getting refits and things like that. So a little bit of my, historical America still here sort of thing was hit for sure.
Yeah, no, I like Philly. I think Philly's like a town. I didn't give it that much attention when I lived nearby because to me, Philly wasn't a real city. I had to go up to New York City when I was in high school. And I was trying to get on a bus and, go 2 hours up to New York. So Philly was just a fill-in. But Philly is a nice town.
I like it.
I enjoy it, man. I feel like it would be a good place to live when you're like young and, just want to move into a walking city for the first time, maybe a bit more affordable than New York or something like that. They love their beer in Philadelphia.
They do.
Yeah, and did you have any pretzels with mustard?
I did have a proper Philly pretzel with mustard.
Okay.
And then we also got both smoked and regular bratwurst at a Christmas market. We did go through a Christmas market, which was awesome. Had various kinds of like mulled wine and ciders and things like that. Speaking of South Street, quick shout out to everybody at Marcia's. It has only been open since September. It is, oh God, I'm going to ruin this. Please don't hate me. Marcia Thompson.
She probably doesn't listen.
She's passed away.
Oh, well,
she's
listening.
She is like the OG trans activist. So just want to kind of throw some stuff out there. Fantastic bar. It was a bar even in the same spot at 4th and South if you know the area. But it has been taken over. It's largely women driven and just really great cocktail program. Has that divey bar feel, but then has some food and some really cool stuff. So that was probably my favorite, to be honest, just to find a little local and just enjoy a couple of hours. Yeah. A little bit of sports, but mostly just talking to people and kind of checking out out the neighborhood.
Watch VGK versus Flyers while you were there?
We caught a little bit about it because
This was a good road trip for the team, man.
It really was. And then as we were leaving on Sunday, the Raiders were going into Philly and playing Philly. And I didn't watch the game because I was on an airplane back to Oklahoma, but I did see the scores online because I always get the internet on the plane, and we got trounced.
Yeah, but VGK did well against the Flyers. The only thing is they didn't put their old goalie in net against them. Wow, we're going way off deep end again. So that's all you need to know about Philadelphia and sports.
That's what
we're
we've
done
been up
for
to
today. Okay, man. So I guess I'll tell you about where I've been.
Yeah, please.
I got a text message last week from Dan Coughlin. He's the creative genius, of course, behind the tie on East Fremont and the tie 2 and 8 East inside Circa.
I love 8 East.
So he invited me over to see Yurt.
I love them all. Yeah, I want to see. Yeah.
Yurt on Main Street in the Arts District. Couple doors. It's like on the corner down from Atomic Duck, right?
Okay.
So it's that way. It's a little further towards the north from Atomic Duck.
Okay.
So anyway, he's like, hey, you got to come down. This is a new project he's doing with Jared of Vesta. His name's Jared Howard, right? Did I get that right?
I
think so. Yeah. Jared, I'm sorry if I got your name wrong, but congrats to you guys. This place is looking gorgeous. It was a little construction tour, but this joint really feels like a ski lodge.
The photos that you posted made me think the same sort of thing because it has that sort of up
like a sloping.
Thank you, sloping
ceiling.
Yeah.
It's like a pentagon. I don't think it's hexagonal. I think it's I think it's 5-pointed bar in the middle of that. I mean, maybe I'm just putting my Satanism in there and throwing it in that I thought it was a pentagram, but no, I think it's 5, might be 6-pointed
but
bar.
I love all the wood. I love the details on the top for the slopes when the circles are starting to come together.
Yeah.
Like, oh.
And then if you look up there, I didn't get them in the picture. So this is the back bar, and it's this round thing, and it's like a lodge. All the seats are going to be around the edges, so you're facing in towards the bar.
Love that.
And it's all wood. Beautiful. And then if you look up at the sloping ceiling, they actually have stained glass skylights up there.
Oh.
So it's beautiful. The front bar is also going to be gorgeous. The detail on the woodwork there is amazing. Like I'm looking at it, there's these little skulls carved into it and things. The light fixtures are these really, really badass torches, right? So it's just really fucking cool. I like the ski lodge over at Cosmopolitan. Right.
Absolutely.
So, but this is going to be in the Arts District. So, this is what's cool, right? There's a, what do you call that? The vestibule, right? Like you walk in off the street and then there's a little vestibule and then you have to go through, right?
Yep.
In most places. They're going to be putting like freezing cold fucking air in the vestibule so that like when you come in, it'll
like
be
you're
as if you're coming into someplace really cold and then you walk into the lodge and it'll be warmer, of course. So you're just going to be flash frozen, I guess, for a few minutes as you walk through. I think it would be great if they could put a fucking snow machine in there.
Dude.
But so the place looks really, really great. Here is Dan Coughlin explaining where he and Jared came up with the idea and what they're trying to do.
Yurt's just our crazy idea that we drummed up from snowboarding in Park City. In the middle of the mountain at Park City, they have a yurt that we always meet up at, and we always felt the vibe and energy in that room was awesome. And we're trying to just bring that down to the Arts District. And we think it fits, because it's different.
And that's probably open right now as you hear this, so head on over for a drink. Also, Circa's remodeled Project Barbecue, which began as a food truck on the street in front of the resort on Fremont Street. They've now built a pretty amazing retractable and positionable roof to make it more like a real restaurant.
Wow.
They have tables. The truck is now more of a permanent kitchen. The area adjoins their Flair bar, you can walk down from one end and then you're at the Flair bar. You can order your drinks. They sell lemonades and shit there, but you could go and get a shot of whatever, pour it into the lemonade.
Steps away, go do your thing.
I mean, literally right within, you could be sitting at the table and so it all blends together. And if you want to see people do Flair shit, well, I guess a lot of you weren't alive when fucking Tom Cruise was doing it, so maybe you need to go there and see it. So hey, no, that's cool if that's your thing. It's fucking great. What did we do? Oh, they've changed the menus a
Okay.
lot too. And it's really not all barbecue items. And they do not give a fuck. They want it to be
Why
street
should they?
food that you're going to have a
Exactly.
good time dining there. As he said, I'm not looking to win barbecue competitions, you know. So I had a giant ear of elote, which is very
Yes.
good. I had some of their empanadas, which were very good. I had their filet mignon skewers, tender as fuck. They could use a little more seasoning, if I'm going to be honest, but
Yeah.
tender as fuck, really good.
I like this street food bend because you're still on the street. It doesn't always have to be barbecue. Like, yeah.
And barbecue can be a really heavy thing to eat,
It
right?
can
Like
be.
a lot of times if I'm eating barbecue, I feel like I've got to settle in to eat barbecue. Right? Like I'm like, okay.
I get it,
Here
right?
I am. Like
you
let's
gotta wear
clear
your
off the
eating
table,
pants
let's
and-
put down some newspapers, get a couple rolls of paper towels. I'm in for the fucking day.
That's right.
Right? So with the street food, you know, it can be a little more grab and go.
I'm loving it.
All that sort of shit. So I really liked it. We were hosted by the owners, Rob Baker and his wife, whose name I apologize, I do not remember. But Bob's actually a construction bigwig who works with Derek Stevens on all
Okay.
of his projects. And this is a fun little side project he started,
Great.
is to do the restaurant thing. He and I spoke about what's going on, and we started with the new structure. So here is Rob Baker.
So what we've done is put an outdoor canopy to protect the patrons from the elements here. The canopy retracts. We've added better lighting. We've added more upscale finishes to the yard. And then lastly, we've added an outdoor barbecue that we can smell the aroma, cook outside, and talk to the guest.
You're going to have to refresh my memory. I go to a lot of restaurants, but I remember Project Barbecue more of just a truck parked on Fremont Street. And it is certainly, if I'm remembering right, this is a big change.
Yes, this was a over $1 million investment that the property's put into me and my family here and letting us grow the business.
We're talking about menu changes, and I think it's interesting because you said, I'm not here to win a barbecue award. You are taking things that may not be traditional and introducing dishes that you think the crowd is going to like. Could you tell me a little bit about that and maybe name one or two dishes?
Yeah, so again, there's so many great barbecue places out there. I have my favorites here in town and in other states, but what I need to do with what we do is just relate to the barbecue lovers. I mean, we've got a brisket grilled cheese that everybody, it's simple. I don't have chairs, I don't have big tables, I don't have tablecloths. I want people to come, have a good time, watch the entertainment, and move on their way into the casino. So we've got street corn, we've got a great dessert called a monkey bread, and we've got some great appetizers that you can start with here. Yes, Italian sausages. I mean, that's something that I grew up with and love, so.
Yeah, not exactly barbecue, but it goes really good when you're having barbecue.
Yeah, you know, my definition of barbecue is more of the pit, right? So you're cooking outside, it's a gathering, it's a fun experience, and then you put some sauce on it to make it what everybody knows what barbecue is.
Sue and I hit Scotch 80 Prime for dinner.
Oh, yeah.
This is the time of year, my foodie friends, anybody who's ever gone to charity auctions, anybody who's ever gotten giveaway goodie bags at grand openings.
yeah.
Now's the time to check your gift certificates because most
Seriously.
of them are expiring,
Yes.
right? So I'm looking through and I never use my gift
I'm
certificates,
so bad
right?
at it.
But if I've got a gift certificate to Scotch 80 Prime, I'm not fucking letting that shit
No.
expire, man. That restaurant is fantastic. This, of course, is the Steakhouse at the Palms. It is an extraordinary steakhouse. Chef Marty DeLeon is over there. He puts some really weird things on the menu that you're not expecting. A lot of great Asian touches. The steaks themselves are fantastic.
I love what you're hitting on is that it's so not predictable
Yeah.
for a steakhouse in Vegas. Like, and I'm not calling anybody out. I'm just saying steakhouses tend to be sort of cloned and you kind of always know what you're going to get, and not at Marty's place, like ever.
And I love it because look, it's basically right across the street from the Rio.
Yeah.
Right now. So now we've got High Steaks at the Rio, which has got that old Vegas vibe. They're I don't want to say gimmick, it's a bad word, right? Their catch, their hook for me personally
Yeah.
is the game meats, right?
Absolutely.
And then you have Scotch 80 Prime, which is a much more modern place over at the Palms. And if I was going to go with one hook, I would say it would be a lot of Asian influences
Sure.
and interesting, unexpected dishes. So you have two very, very different, very phenomenal steakhouses off the strip in casinos right across the street from
Yep.
each other. So I love that. And I think every trip to Vegas, you should try at least one of them, if not both of them.
Oh my gosh.
So we went in. I had a $200 gift certificate. You know, that's basically an appetizer at most places
I know.
these days,
That
right?
goes a long way at Scotch 80.
It did go really a long way, and we weren't even that hungry. Again, I was going in to eat, right? So
Right.
I ordered like a soup as my entree, right? So we did. So we had a poached pear salad with pepitas and smoky blue, which was really good. I did their version of shrimp toast, which is so similar to a Chinese takeout version, and then yet so fucking elevated that it's absolutely ridiculous. It's Japanese milk bread with the shrimp mousse, a little bit of ikura, the fish eggs.
Yep.
It's got the ikura is the salmon roe, right? Chili jam aioli.
Which is one of my favorite condiments in Vegas, if not on the planet. Like, I've had that on other dishes that he has done, and I am just,
So that's a fucking great dish, shrimp toast. I mean, it's a weird dish. It's one of those dishes that I don't know that everybody's going to love it, but I think it's you're going to love it or you're going to ask, why the fuck you make me eat this, right? Like one
I
or the
love
other.
it.
I don't think anyone's going to dislike it,
Yeah.
but if you like it, you're going to love it. So I do love that dish. I have it every time that I'm there. Sue got a rib cap, got some garlic mashed on the side. It was
Nice.
all fantastic. I got their lobster bisque. And they're, again, we're talking about these Asian touches, right?
Yeah.
It's got Tom Kha seasoning in there, which is Thai. It has a taro dumpling, which I believe is
I was
Cantonese.
going to say that's a version of China, or
Chinese.
yeah.
Yeah. Is that what you're going for?
My brain's not there. I would say a section of like Chinese food.
Yeah,
Because
so you have
Chinese
these-
food is so broad.
So you have these Chinese influences in
Love
their
it.
in their lobster bisque, and it was fantastic. It's rich as fuck. I wasn't that hungry. We were burning through something, and honestly, Sue had a couple of old fashions, maybe two. I may have had a whiskey that I shared with her
Sure.
straight. And I think like our bill like came in at just around that $200, maybe
Nice.
$250 or something
Okay.
like that. So, you know, we were able to leave a nice big tip.
Yes.
And we were really, I mean, I hope you guys thought it was an okay tip. I never like to say my tips are big. They're not. I'm not, you know, George Clooney, but, you know, I try to at least be respectable. So that was really great.
That sounds amazing.
Scotch
yeah.
80 Prime, man.
Yeah.
We love those motherfuckers.
My God.
Chef Marty, you rule. What's this? Oh, so I've been writing this stuff for DoorDash.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I go to the strip and I see their billboards all over the strip
Yeah.
now. It says, now use DoorDash reservation service, right?
Yeah, I got an email about that. You can get money on your DoorDash account if you use them to make your reservation.
Yeah.
And they've got some high-end places on there.
I know. So, I mean, it kind of bothers me because you could do that through Neon Feast, and I think they should just
Yeah.
buy fucking me instead of doing it and then calling me and asking me to write their content
Right?
for them. But that's okay because Neon Feast, we love our partners. We partner with all
Absolutely.
sorts of motherfuckers. So they said, you know, here are the first 35 restaurants that are going to be on the DoorDash reservation service. Could you write us about 100, 125 words on all of them? It's due yesterday, right? Not really. They're very cool people. Dean, you're a great guy, but it's short deadline
deadlines.
work, right? So I've been to almost all of these places, if not all of them, but of course I wanted to go refamiliarize myself with them. And I
Yeah.
told you, you know, I did last week I did, you know, hitting a whole bunch of places
Yeah.
in one night. So this day I had to go and visit a whole bunch of joints on the strip, and I just popped in, I took notes, did all that. But as I was leaving, I was ending at Park MGM, and I was supposed to write about La Pizza e la Pasta.
Okay.
Which is their mid-level sit-down restaurant,
Okay.
right? So, you know, they've got Toscana, which is really high-end
Yep.
sit-down. Everything else, you walk up to a stall, it's, you know, it's whatever you call it, quick serve, right? And this is their mid-level one. Pizza and pasta. That's pretty much what they do. Really good pastas. Lots of fresh pastas, a few dry pastas. You can get fucking black or white truffles shaved onto every
Oh, wow.
pasta. They do individual pizzas. They use 3 different kind of doughs in there. So I had actually been visiting restaurants for like 4 straight hours. I was getting hungry. So I sat my ass down there and they had their ravioli de zucca. Butternut squash filling in the ravioli with that brown butter sauce, a little bit of sage, a little bit of walnut, a little bit of grana padano.
That is one of my favorite fall combinations on the planet.
Oh, it's so fucking autumnal, isn't it, man? Like, I fucking love that flavor profile. And it was really, really good. So hats off to those guys. And if you want to know more about La Pizza e la Pasta, it's going to be on the DoorDash website soon. And then you can make a reservation right from there.
That's right.
So,
Tell them Neon Feast sent you.
Tell them Neon Feast sent you. That's fucking right. God damn it. Now, look, I love this partnership.
Absolutely.
I mean, I truly love having a partnership with these guys at DoorDash. I love it anytime. We bitch about these national people, and I like it when they come in and they hire either me or my friends or people that I know who really know Las Vegas, not because I'm worried about the money or what we get out of the partnership or the cross promotion or the links. All of those things can be very, very nice.
The fact is they're talking to the people who live here, who eat here, who know the people behind it. It's truly reaching out and getting the locals to be a part of something. And that doesn't happen that often.
No, and that's why I like the infatuation.
Yep.
Even though I wish whoever bought them would fucking come and talk to me as well. But, because they call my friends who really know food and they write about Las Vegas for the infatuation. It's very different. We do what we do at Neon Feast. DoorDash is reaching out to the local writers who know the food to talk about it. So as far as I'm concerned, that's cool.
That's great.
Cassie Beach House.
I haven't been there in a while.
That's a good fucking joint.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm getting too old
I had a
for
birthday there a couple of years ago, and it was phenomenal. We had like 13 people. The dishes were amazing. The service was fantastic. It was creative. Anyway, I'm interrupting, but I really had great things about my experience. So.
I love Cassie Beach House. It's in Virgin. It is a beach house. Mm-hmm. It's in the space that I know none of you people are old enough to remember when Carrie Simon was in the old Hard Rock, but it's in the old Carrie Simon space over there. So there are so many memories of me doing stupid shit in that space. And we went there because we were heading over to Monday's Dark.
Yeah.
They did their 12th anniversary. They moved it from the space over to Virgin. Mark Chinook hosted, of course. Yeah. Fantastic. Mark's a friend of this show. Mark's a friend of everybody. Mark does everything. Voice of the Golden Knights, voice of this, voice of that. He hosts Monday's Dark. He raises money for charity. He's raising money to build the new space, which is going to be over on Harmon and Polaris, basically.
Okay, yep.
They're going to build a much larger space over there. He does a lot about people in the entertainment and in the hospitality industry, about mental health help. He's bringing in national people to actually set up an office in Vegas for that. So anything Mark does, when you hear Mark Chinook, he's a good motherfucking guy.
There you go.
So Sue's like, hey, they're celebrating Monday's Dark 12th anniversary. I was like, well, I'm supposed to go to Butcher and Thief's opening, but nah, man, let's do something different instead of a restaurant.
Right.
So on our way in there, we stopped at Cassie Beach House. I'd say the one thing as you become older is a lot of the seats in Cassie Beach House are like you're sitting on a couch in front of a coffee table, right? So you got to make sure you can still get up.
I was going to say, can you still get
as your bones get fucking old? But all you young, cool people, you don't have to worry about that.
No.
It was really great. So we had some fried calamari. We did the pita, the fresh puffy pita that they bring to the table. It's all inflated, right, fresh out of the oven. And we did that with a little whipped ricotta with honey to dip into there. Just really, really good, beautiful, simple. Some squid ink pasta with seafood. Really, really good.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with that.
And that's about it for me this week.
That's still a lot.
Yeah.
That's still a lot going on.
I'll try.
Hey, coming up in Happy Hour, coming up in the Happy Hour report, Andrew Morgan is back in the Arts District. But first, Al speaks to 3 chefs about their Feast of the 7 Fishes Christmas menu. This is Food and Loathing.
As promised, I have been out researching Feast of the 7 Fishes menus for the holidays. This, of course, is an Italian-American tradition, usually on Christmas Eve, traditionally.
Yeah.
Restaurants sometimes bend the rules on when it's available, and God bless them for that, because not everybody celebrates Christmas at exactly the same time, those who celebrate it.
Some people just celebrate the Feast of the Seven Fishes, and they're not even worried about the whole Christmas part. So give them the food.
But, there's the food, there's the whole religious aspect. God bless you if that's your thing, the Jesus, the nativity. If you just want presents from Santa, I'm behind you there.
It's
if you
a camaraderie thing, I think, when it comes to holiday dining in general. And just specifically with this one, I've always enjoyed the Feast of the 7 Fishes. I did grow up with it.
Ah, there you go.
My grandmother, when she came to the United States from Italy, their family settled in New Jersey. So they very much brought that out where I was raised on the West Coast.
Yeah.
So Yeah, I'm a fan.
Cool. So at Brezza in Resorts World, Chef Nicole Brisson is offering a Feast of the Seven Fishes dinner for two on December 24th and 25th. Check this shit out. It is priced at $165 for two people.
Whoa.
So, you do the math at $82.50. Okay, wow, look at that. I did that in my head.
Hey.
So anyway, a great fucking deal as far as I'm concerned. You can be adjusted for larger groups. I don't think it always has to be an even number. I think you can bring three and then work it out for you. I'm not 100% sure. Call them. But here's what Nicole told me about it.
I love Feast of Seven Fishes, and I've tried to integrate it into my menus, whether it be on the strip or off the strip. It is very much an East Coast thing, an Italian-American tradition of immigrants that have come over, and they want to celebrate and abstain from eating meat the day before Christmas, typically. For me, it's all about the celebration of being together. I also do one personally off hours off the strip with my previous boss from Batali Bastianic. We cook for 2 days for a big party at his house, but it's really important to me, and I think
I got an invite to that this year.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm so excited.
So yeah, I got RSVP, but I want to go to that one.
It's a lot of fun. So, and when do you get like 5 chefs all cooking together in the kitchen? It's great.
Yeah. So tell me about what it is here.
Here it's coursed out, really designed for 2 people to share. It can be large groups. We can do groups larger to accommodate. We've got a whole branzino over a beautiful bed of Sicilian caponata. I've been making this Sicilian caponata since I was probably 20. It's very bright and vibrant. We've got our shrimp that are served over a puttanesca sauce, a lot of flavors with the anchovies, the olives, the acidity of the tomato. We've got our calamari that we naturally have on the menu that's featured on the specific menu, our fluke that we just put on the menu, which is nice and delicate and bright. It's got a lot of Sicilian flavors of like the citrus, pistachio, little agrumato. And yeah, it's clean, it's bright, it's healthy.
Next up, Triple George Grill on 3rd Street, which of course is part of the Downtown Grand family. They are doing, over there, Chef Nick Beesley has already begun serving his 4-course, 7 fishes prefix menu with choices in each course. It's $98 a person, available from now through Christmas Day.
Amazing.
And when I dropped by, he gave me some dishes to try, which was fantastic. And I had
what stuck out for you?
Yeah, well, there's a seafood salad that was very, very good.
Okay.
Then he gave me these massive shrimp prepared over pasta with like capers and that kind of, almost an aglio olio with capers kind of deal.
Yeah.
Right. And that was really fucking good. And then just a deep, rich lobster and seafood and spicy like arrabbiata kind of sauce. And they were all really, really good. And yeah, so like I said, that's $98 a person. It's through Christmas Day. Nick fed me. It was fucking delicious. I brought it home, man. Anything that was left over, I woke up stoned in the middle of the night that night and devoured that shit. It was so good because I took a little chocolate before I went to bed that night.
Absolutely.
So anyway, here's Nick talking to me about this, and he starts off by explaining the tradition, and then he goes into what he's doing.
So the Feast of the Seven Fishes, it's an Italian heritage festival, feast of what you would call it for Christmas. It's taking scraps off the street, off the docks in Italy, preparing meals, several different styles of seafood. It's not only fish, shrimp, clams, mussels, lobster, salmon, black cod, for example, octopus, squid. So it means the world because that's what I grew up on. Part of me is Italian, the other part's German, but I prefer Italian food more than the most. Can't go wrong with pasta.
Okay, so what's involved in your Feast of the Seven Fishes? Is this going to be an a la carte thing? Is it a tasting menu type of setup?
So it is a prefix menu for $98 per person. It is a 4-course meal, including a dessert. You have a choice between your antipasto or your salads, and then main courses. So there's different options within each course that you get to choose from.
Okay, so could you talk about what some of your favorite courses are?
In the first course, my favorite course would be the baked mussels. Has bruschetta, garlic, and Italian breadcrumbs in it. It's very delicious. Salad-wise, I like a chilled seafood salad. It has a mix of shrimp, octopus, lobster, and Clamato olives with bell peppers. So it's a great toss, very fresh, has citrus lemon flavor into it. Entree-wise, can't go wrong with a big bowl of frutti di mare pasta, lobster, shrimp and clams as well in that, with linguine pasta and a hint of chili flake in there, bring out a little bit of spice. The dessert across the board is the strafoli. That is true Italian, Christmas all the way around. It looks like a wreath when it comes out to you. Has that very inexpensive, cheap confetti sprinkles on it, but it adds that touch of home from when you were a child.
How many fishes am I actually going to eat if I come in here?
Some of these dishes have 4 or 5 different fishes or seafood within the dish itself, but between the 3 main courses, you can have up to 7.
When are you offering this?
This starts Monday the 15th and rolls all the way to the end of the year.
Are you open Christmas Eve and Christmas Day?
Yes, we are. We are open limited hours on Christmas Eve, as well as Christmas Day. On Christmas Eve, we are open from 11 to 8, and then Christmas Day, we're open from 3 to 8 p.m.
And this menu will be available all the way through the holiday, I'm assuming.
Yes, this will be available all through the holiday.
Well, thanks for your time on that, Chef. And since I'm down here, and it's been a hot minute since I've been in Triple George Grill, is anything new going on here that my listeners should know about? Is there anything really, really cool that I may have missed in the past year when I haven't dragged my ass in here as often as I should?
So Triple George has changed over the past couple of years. We've renovated this menu 4 different times. It changes every season, fall, spring. And with that, we've changed the flavor. We've added on a total certified Angus beef program into here. Every steak, every beef on that menu is certified Angus beef. With that, our wine program has changed, our beverage. Being a part of Downtown Grand itself, it's participated on various events on 3rd Street here, which has brought a lot of more eyeballs to Triple George itself.
And finally, I went to Ferraro's, which has a very special place in my heart when it comes to this tradition. Here is my conversation with Mimmo Ferraro. The topic today is Christmas, and it is the Feast of the Seven Fishes. And I wanted to come in and talk to you a little more in depth than I do with normal people when I just say, what are you doing for Christmas? Because this is where I had Christmas Eve dinner last year. And Sue and I came with friends. We had an amazing meal. So I feel like I owe you guys a little more of a conversation because it was just so fantastic last year. I couldn't promote it that much after last year because you weren't doing it again for another year. So are you doing the same thing, the same Feast of Seven Fishes that I kind of had last year?
Absolutely. I mean, so that is a tradition. It's a family tradition. So we will definitely do that. My family actually does that the day before Christmas Eve on the 23rd because Christmas Eve is in the top 10 of the amount of covers we do of any other day in the year. So last year we did a little over 500 covers just for dinner, Christmas Eve. Huge success. Again, a long day for the team and staff again, but we will be offering that Feast of the Seven Fishes. It will be 4 courses this year, but it'll be like a nice trio appetizer of, like our crab cake, a, scallop, and a little bit of lobster risotto, getting into the traditional, fruit insalata di mare, so the seafood salad, which we're going to tweak a little bit this year compared to what we've done in the past. And then you'll get a choice of different entrees, from a fresh halibut, branzino, Dover sole, and just simple, pastas, linguine and clams or spaghetti and clams or mussels or whatnot. So, there are going to be more than 7 fishes in that dinner, $125 per person, which, with all that seafood and the price of everything going up right now, I think that is a great value. It's actually a little bit down from the price of last year's Feast of Seven Fishes. So, I think it's a value. I think it's a good deal. Again, we're trying to give back a little bit to where this town is getting so expensive and just trying to have that, that value and bring in the locals and give back to the community.
being here 40 plus years, or just exactly 40 years, I think this year, I'm guessing that you have a lot of families who this has become a Christmas tradition or a Christmas Eve tradition for them, and you see them every year. As a restaurateur who doesn't get to spend holidays with your family, is that something you look forward to? I mean, you spend it with your family, right? But you spend it with your family serving other people.
Absolutely. I mean, yeah, the repeat business, the clientele that we have, curated over so many years, they have become our family, and they look forward to that. We look forward to them, but although we are busy here and this is still a family business, so my parents will be here, my wife and my kids will be here. So it is all hands on deck. That day is definitely about family and giving. So we will, we treat people like family when they come in. This is our team, our family is extended family across everybody who walks through that door. So it's a great tradition. We look forward to it every year. And Christmas Day is nothing to bat an eye at either. Christmas Day is a busy, busy day. People, it's a lot of work to cook for big families, and, let us do it for you. So Christmas Day, we're open. Christmas Eve, we're open. Feast of the Seven Fishes, Christmas Eve. It's a great menu, regular menu as well. A lot of seafood options on the regular menu, including a seafood extravaganza, which is a hot, a lot of people are doing cold seafood towers. We're doing this hot seafood platter that has the lobster and the crab and the shrimp and the scallops and the clams and mussels, in a lemon butter herb sauce that is spectacular. So a lot of options, both Christmas Eve and Christmas Day.
Cool. And while people are making their Christmas plans or their holiday plans, I know there's still a lot of businesses that are looking for a place to have a holiday party. This might be a little late to start looking, but do you guys have anything available?
We most definitely do, and it's never too late. Last minute, we have several private rooms that anywhere from 8 people to 65 people. I mean, we just did a party yesterday, actually, for the Nevada Supreme Court. 75 people in the main dining room. We could do 120 people in the main dining room. So a lot of options for something intimate and just to throw a big party. So never too late. Holidays are here. Come celebrate.
And coming up in the news, a new Indian restaurant for Henderson. But first, the Happy Hour Report with Andrew Morgan. This is Food and Loathing.
Need a restaurant recommendation? Then you need Neon Feast, the most convenient, most comprehensive, and most trustworthy collection of Las Vegas restaurant recommendations on the internet. Veteran food journalist Al Mancini, whom you might remember from, listening to this podcast, asked the city's top chefs, restaurateurs, critics, journalists, and influencers for their favorite spots in more than 100 categories. Why take the advice of an anonymous online wannabe or a paid influencer? Neon Feast will tell you where people in the industry send their family and friends for a great date night, to watch a big game, or get a taste of Old Vegas. Looking for a great steakhouse? You want a great burger? Maybe a little caviar? Need a place in Summerlin South, the Arts District, or Seven Hills? Las Vegas brings the neon. Local foodies provide the feast at neonfeast.com or the Neon Feast mobile app.
You know that lounge music, another week, another happy hour report. We are back with Andrew Morgan of Happy Hour Vegas, and he's doing what he always does, which is telling us great places that we can go. We can get a little liquored up, we can get a little bite, and we can go home with some money in our pocket, and that's what we all want to do. Try new places, try new things, have a lot of fun, don't go broke. Andrew's the guy for that.
Yeah, let's not sugarcoat it. I'm eating and drinking my way across the valley, and I'm having a good fucking time doing it.
It is a hell of a job if you can get it, man. Trust me, I've had it for a little while.
It is, and I'm pumped about it because there's never a shortage of really good shit around here. So,
I know. Imagine if we did this in I don't know. I don't want to diss anybody's hometown, but Boise. I think we'd run out after a week or two, man.
There'd be 2 restaurants that you could talk about. So.
There'd be the one big Boise happy hour and the other little Boise happy hour. Right. But we're not in Boise. We're in Las Vegas. We're talking happy hours. What kind of happy hours you got for us this week, Andrew?
Yeah, and first of all, no offense to anyone in Boise. I'm sure it's a lovely town. I haven't been, but I know Idaho is just, it's fantastic. Great skiing, what have you, and everything. But
no, they got potatoes. That's all I know.
Yeah, well, you know what? Let's talk about the Arts District in downtown today.
Yes, back, man. You always love going back to the Arts District, and I can't blame you for that, man, because there's always new stuff.
Well, because first of all, I'm kind of lazy. So there's a high concentration of really good happy hours there. So I can just walk or stumble from one to the other and just enjoy myself. Whereas even if you're at a casino, it's like you got to do that 500-mile walk between different areas and stuff like that. So anyways, it appeals to the lazy side of me and to my taste buds. So.
Okay, so what you got for us? I know we were checking up, you and I together, we're talking to our friends over at Main Street Provisions, making sure they're still doing their happy hour. Did you get a response back on that one?
I did, and they're pretty happy with the coverage that we're providing, but it's like they're just busy over there, man.
Yeah.
So,
but is the happy hour still happening? That's the question, because you were a little worried about it, right?
Sorry, yeah. It's still happening, and it's still great.
Okay.
I'm totally blanking on what was on the menu, but there was a dirty martini blue cheese dip that is still on there, and that was the only thing that I fucking cared about, because it's great.
Yeah, I've had that, and it's fantastic. Sorry, I didn't mean to bum rush your show, but I know if you recall, we were back and forth with text messages with Kim and all that kind of stuff. It was only like a couple days ago, Andrew. You've got that deer in the headlights look.
Look, I can't remember what happened 5 minutes ago.
Okay, now I have just totally fucked up your entire report, so how about I just shut the fuck up and let you tell us what you like in the happy hour?
All good. Things are changing all the time here, that's my excuse. We're not being caught up with everything. But one of those is the Pepper Club,
Weird things afoot at the Pepper Club, aren't there?
Yeah, so what's our favorite chef? One of our favorite chefs, was it from
Bruce Kalman?
Bruce Kalman, Soul Belly. So he was once upon a time helping them with the menu and the kitchen, all that good stuff. And I think he did a fucking fantastic job. But now he's kind of focusing just on Soul Belly and a few other of his projects. Pepper Club has now, kind of changed its program a little bit. And I think for the better, like it's good. One of the things that so many restaurants, they try too hard. You know what I mean? So it's just like they have a happy hour program. To me, I'm just a happy hour purist. Give me 5-6 food items, 5 or 6 cocktails at a great price. Keep it simple. I'm happy, and I can share that information with everyone. And the Pepper Club, once upon a time, they had a pasta hour, they had a happy hour, they had a Asian-inspired, portion of the menu as happy hour, and it was kind of pricing all over the place. Now, happy to say, everything's like under $10, 5-6 items, and it's really freaking good. Okay. So Pepper Club, again, it's a Todd English Hotel, Arts District, kind of downtown area. Every day.
It is the English Hotel.
Yes.
And it was originally the Pepper Club by Todd English within the English Hotel. I do not know if Todd ever was associated with the hotel itself. Just want to make that clear.
Yes, thank you. Okay. All I know is it reminds me of the one in New York City, Midtown Manhattan, where I used to frequent all the time, and it was good then, and it's good here too.
So what are the dishes? Anything really good that you recommend there?
Yeah, like I said, I'm a fan of simple, but the kitchen is amazing. I don't know who the chef is there, but kudos to him, man. But it is served every day, including weekends, 3 to 5:30. You got $8 pork meatballs, $8, signature cocktails and what have you. I went for like I said, pork meatballs, $8. San Marzano tomatoes, great little ricotta slapper on the top. Some caper berries and garlic toast, and you get 2 big meatballs within that portion. Fucking fantastic. Also, $7 grilled chicken skewers, and I went for a draft Peroni. It was like $7, man. You know what? That was just perfect. I love that. And it was a good vibe, good experience, good place. So.
Okay, so I should say there's been a lot of rumors about what was going on in the English Hotel. All I've been told by everybody is forget everything I've heard about the rumors, because the ones I heard are probably not happening. So it's crazy down there, but as long as they're serving good happy hours, man, then why the fuck do we care what's going on behind the scenes?
Yeah, fuck. Just don't get distracted by the drama. Go with the flavor is, and the price is right, and it's just like, hey, if you have people coming in for the holidays or something like that, bring them there. You'll impress the shit out of them. You'll eat well. You can even pick up the bill as a Christmas present. You'll be okay with that.
Yeah, it might be in my budget. Okay, man, is that it for this week, or you got another Arts District for us?
You know what? I've got actually. So when I was there, I was like, you and I were talking about the construction and all the shit that's going on down there. Let's support the home team a little bit better. So, I had some liquid inspiration. I said, I'm going to head down to Carson Kitchen. It's been a minute. If they need some help and get some business going, then I'll be their huckleberry. So that's what I did. Went down to Carson Kitchen, And, they have a great happy hour there. They didn't always have a happy hour. Now they do.
If you're a visitor, by the way, Carson Kitchen, you're going a little further towards the Fremont East section. This is not right within the Arts District.
Correct. Yeah, it's a little closer to downtown core, if you will. Monday to Friday, weekdays only, 3 to 5 p.m. You got things like grilled oysters for $3 a pop. You got, this Euro taco, which I'm going to talk to you about in a second. $8 wines, $5 beers. They got, deviled eggs, all sorts of really good stuff. And the kitchen, it's pumping out solid stuff. And it's just a fun vibe, too.
Carrie Simon's brother, Scott, is in the kitchen there, at least until they may end up moving him over to Butcher and Thief when that opens. I'm not sure, but he is running the kitchen right now at Carson Kitchen.
So my recommendation, my go-to, is the Euro tacos. Gyro. Euro.
I've been eating those since day one of that place.
It's like a Greek, Mexican, feta slurry thing on top of feta crema. Oh, fuck, it's good, man. $5 each. You're good.
Okay, man, there we go. So we got you in the Arts District. We got you on the Carson Avenue Restaurant Row, which is actually where Carson Kitchen is, 1 block off Fremont. Anything else, or are we going to have to wait till next week?
We're going to wait till next week, but I highly recommend hitting downtown Arts District happy hour, especially now. Weather is gorgeous, right? And you just kind of hop from place to place. Great places, great vibe. There you go, man.
Okay, cool. Thank you very much. Remember, Andrew Morgan has, 500 and something happy hours all indexed for you over at happyhourvegas.com. So, of course, listen here every week. We always have them back, but you can go over there and you can get all the recommendations. So, Andrew, thanks a lot for your time again, man.
Thanks, man. I appreciate you. And just a reminder, if you're a restaurant guy and you're offering a happy hour, just keep it simple.
Happy hours to you. Merry Christmas, happy hours.
I was going to say, there's happy holidays, and then there's happy hours to you.
Happy hour holidays. So now it's time for the news. A new Indian restaurant in the Silverado Ranch neighborhood. It is called Taste of Gujarat. I dropped by this place. It's right over in Silverado Ranch, off of Maryland. It's on Maryland Parkway, actually. Really cool spot. Ornately decorated. Almost looks like a fucking nightclub.
Oh,
right?
wow.
There is a DJ booth. It looks like it used to be kind of nightclubby in there.
Yeah.
But now they're being much more family friendly. And as a matter of fact, there's a really cool side room. Looks like it should be a VIP room or whatever. And I look in there, there's like toys in there. And I'm like, what's that about? And she's like, oh, yeah, well, when the kids, if you finish eating, they can run in there and they can watch their screens and their videos and do all that. So I don't know, get kids out of the way room.
I don't know you guys, but I love you already.
Yeah, so the place is just absolutely beautiful. I had a couple bites that they were serving for this media thing, but I did not get much. So I'm not going to talk that much about the food, but I did speak to one of the owners. This is Shuchi Patel.
So this is not a traditional Indian restaurant. It's not Punjabi food. It's not curries. This is regional food from our state of Gujarat, where it's literally we use Minton tortillas. We do wheat tortillas, handmade, stuff like that. So it's literally like what you eat. If you come to my house, you'll get the same stuff at my house.
Will there be any familiar dishes on there, or is this all going to be something new that we get to explore?
So everything except maybe 3 or 4 items is going to be, known, like our samosas or our butter chicken. Besides that, and then we also have paneer. Besides those 3, maybe 4 things, everything else is, new, different from any other place that we have here in Vegas.
Okay, so if somebody comes in, they look at a menu, they're a little confused by it. I'm sure you have a great staff that can walk them through it. But what's the one dish people should really try if somebody in the party needs to try this because you want them to get a real feel of the style of food you do?
Our vagaro rotlo with chash or our surti undio. Those 2 are our number 1 sellers. It's really authentic, traditional, and you'll get the vibe of the rest of the menu based off of those 2 dishes.
Could you describe those 2 dishes?
So surti undio is mix of vegetables, and some of it's fried, and then some of it's baked, and it's all mixed together. And you put different chutneys and these little what do you call them? It's kind of like fried onions type, but it's not onions. It's made out of basin, and you put that on top of it, garnishing it, and you eat it with like a puri, which is like a smaller version of a tortilla. So that is, a phenomenal dish that you're not going to get anywhere else, and you get an idea of how our dishes are going to be. And then the other one is chash wala rotlo, which is mitten tortilla, and it's sautéed in buttermilk, and it has... and that is like, it's all mixed together. So it's like you're eating like soup, but it's not. It's like a cold soup. It's actually really good.
Cool, thanks. And look, you're kind of right in the heart of Silverado Ranch, I guess, is how you would describe this neighborhood. Has it gotten to the point, being open as long as you have, that you've seen like people come back and people that are recurring, bringing their families, etc.?
Yeah, I mean, we just opened, a month and a half ago, but we are seeing some returning customers. We are seeing tourists who come from, different places that only eat vegetarian food. They come here primarily, like their whole time that if they're here for 4 days, all 4 days they'll eat at our place because vegetarian food, and not a lot of places just serve 100% vegetarian food. So, and then we also cook our vegetarian stuff on a different stove, and it also has different, pots and pans, spoons. Everything is separate from our non-veg stuff. So it does make a big difference. And everything is made to order. Like literally, like we'll cut the onions like when you ask for them. So it makes a big difference.
Butcher and Thief is now open in the Bend. This is the new steakhouse from the team behind Carson Kitchen. I missed the grand opening party because I was hanging out with Mark Chinook and the cool kids over there, so I didn't get to hang out with the cool foodie kids. But we are working on recording an episode there. For now, however, here's a little bit of what Cory Harwell told me in a recent interview.
It's a sexy room that can absolutely fill that date night want. It's a great happy hour bar, lounge atmosphere, especially with the outside patio. And it's an incredible place to bring the family, especially the family that is looking for this type of experience, a steakhouse experience that's affordable for the 4 or 5 or 6 of them, and that doesn't really exist in this area.
And you can hear that full interview about 4 weeks back on this show, or just stay tuned for another week or two and we'll have a new interview, because that's how we roll around here.
I'm super excited about it because pastry chef Amanda, that we all know, texted me yesterday a picture of the junk food plate, and it's back. If you are not an OG Carson Kitchen goer, it's cookies and all kinds of things that they do in-house, and it's just so fun. So I'm so glad they brought it back, not just for the holidays, but for the new space over here at the Bend. So.
I'm going to jump in because I want to make sure respect where respect is due.
Yeah.
The junk food table.
Yeah.
That is in Las Vegas. That has its roots in Simon.
Does
Simon
it really?
Kitchen.
Oh, I get to learn something new.
And it was Kerry Simon and Elizabeth Blau that pioneered that together.
Oh,
right?
I'm so glad.
So both of their organizations, right? Because Kerry went on and he did a lot of things with Elizabeth. He also did a lot of things with Cory Harwell.
Yeah.
So that junk food table has survived as part of the Cory Harwell, Kerry Simon DNA, and it pops up from time to time within that family. It also still pops up from time to time within the Blau and family. So if you see that, both of them deserve equal credit for that.
I have the chills, you guys. It's not often that I get to be able to harken back to something and still learn something new about it, and I'm just so happy right now. I can't stop smiling.
That's what happens when you get so fucking old. You've seen it all.
Well, I'm glad that, see, you didn't just teach me, we taught Vegas today.
Yeah. So that is about it for this week. Remember, man, you can hear me on... Oh, no, you've got a news. She's looking at me like, what the fuck are you doing, motherfucker?
I just have a couple things to throw out there because I feel like I've been missing so much, whether it's travel or illness or whatever. So I was super excited today on social media to see that Ada's is serving from like 3 to 11. They're open to go in and out. I know that we've talked to people and done other things, but it's just one of those things to see it like normally on social media. So now we can go back to Ada's. It's just not in Tivoli by my house anymore. I got to go downtown, which is fine.
You know what I like is the more mainstream of the local food writers seem to have suddenly fucking discovered Ada's as part of this move. Because, when Ada's was being created and you and I were falling in love with it, James was still like just known for Esther's Kitchen, and that's it. Right now, he's like the king of the motherfucking world.
Oh my God, it's amazing.
Anything he does, everybody's like, "Oh my God, let me get the exclusive. I want to do it."
Yeah.
Y'all know who was an Ada's fan first? All you people. It was me. It's been my favorite James Trees restaurants for a long time.
I remember when he had best ice cream in there. Like we used to have brunch in there. Like I had to be like the third person in Ada's. Like I love that place.
But the very fact that they can move it and they get it down where all their other restaurants are. They get it into, for an experimental restaurant, they're getting it into a neighborhood where I think it's a little more, like there's fucking Queensridge people over by Tivoli. I don't see them being that fucking experimental. No offense, rich people, if you listen to this show, but feel free to take me out sometime, show me how experimental you are, rich people.
To throw it out there as far as that neighborhood is concerned, there are probably a good 40-ish% of the people that I see regularly at Ada's or El Solito or just in that general area, because that's where I live, going to other places. And I love running into them.
Yeah.
But the larger percent, sadly, no, they're coming in from other places because they already love this group of people. But they're not going to go out of their neighborhood if that's where they're living. It's just...
So now they're moving downtown. They're going to have better neighbors. They're going to have better foot traffic, bigger space, better food, and everyone in the press, and I'm getting calls from my friends like in other cities who cover this town. You know, they're like, "Oh, tell me about the new Ada's because a new James Trees project, right?" So I'm like, "Yeah, I'm happy to tell you about this because it's about fucking time Jackson Stamper gets some goddamn attention."
I love it.
Cat the wine goddess, you know, so yeah, man, maybe we need to shake things up to remind the world that Ada's rules.
I think so. And then the other thing is you know, it'll be too late to meet any of you today because by the time you hear this, I will have eaten this already. In Limbo, they've been doing a pop-up with Durango Social Club. Dan Cromer over there has been bringing people in to do different things and really just have fun with the social club idea.
Yeah.
But in Limbo, Chef Stephen Lee posted this morning that he is going to be doing lunch all week, Monday through Friday. So I'm getting my happy ass a smash burger on the way home.
I may go over there too today and get something. Yeah, I love
only
those
11 to 2
burgers.
though, if I read the social media correctly.
Oh, well, then we're just going to have to hurry the fuck up.
Let's
get the fuck out of here.
Let's go.
What was I going to say? I love what they're doing with what did I miss?
What?
I don't know. You're laughing at me.
No, you said let's get the hell going. I'm like, yeah, let's go.
I don't know. I thought maybe I did something dumber than I usually do.
No, I'm agreeing with you wholeheartedly, my friend.
I love what Durango Social Club's really doing.
Yeah.
I was curious when Dan started it, how he could keep some momentum going for a strange idea like that on this side of town.
Yeah.
And I think he's reached I know Tyler Vorse just extended his fine dining thing out of there. It's going to be going into February at least. And I think by mixing it up between casual and fine dining and making the space a pop-up friendly space, I think he's onto something. I think that could be really big.
And I'm going to just throw out there, check out their social media because I saw a brief thing after the fact today, not related to the In Limbo, which got me hungry for the hamburger. But they are going to be doing some sort of collaboration thing at Durango Social Club for New Year's.
Cool.
Yeah. So definitely
look
check
into
that out. Yep.
Okay. Okay. What else we got going on? That's about it for us this week.
Where can we hear you? Where can we hear all of our stuff?
Well, you can hear me talking about Durango Social Club on an upcoming Las Vegas City cast.
There you go.
You got me and oh my God, why am I singeing on her name?
Sarah?
Well, of course, Sarah, but the chef, other chef that I was on, Lorraine
Oh, yes.
Blanco Moss, right?
Oh, yeah, we love Lorraine.
So Sarah had us on to talk about our favorite restaurant openings of the year.
Yep.
So that's coming up on a Las Vegas City cast. You can hear me on all the Highway Drive radio stations all week, every week, running down food news. I'm on the CW ARC show with my friend Andrew Morgan a couple times a month. Keep your eyes open for that. We have Food and Loathing News, which is at foodandloathing.vegas, where, of course, in addition to every episode of this show that you can hear and stream over there, you get all sorts of news. And that is where Bob Barnes does his weekly column, which is a must-read.
Oh, Vegas dining and entertainment news goes up every Tuesday. He usually starts really promoting it on Wednesdays, so keep in touch with the website and his social media because, man, he goes everywhere. And I like the fact that it's not just food and drink. At the end, there's something entertainment. And especially right now around the holidays, there's always something for families and things like that. So
why isn't somebody giving Bob Barnes a goddamn James Beard Award?
That's a good question.
He's awesome.
That's a good question.
He deserves one. I'll live without one.
Hey, media people, look into that.
I'll live without one if Bob gets one. That'd make me happy. I mean, what am I going to do? Wear a big fucking just one of those things around my neck?
Maybe.
That would be pretty funny. I'd wear it everywhere. I'd be like our president wearing his
Oh
peace
my
prize
God.
around everywhere. And on that note, thank you to all of our guests, Nicole Brisson, Mimmo Ferraro, Nicholas Beesley, Rob Baker, Shuchi Patel, Cory Harwell, Dan Coughlin. I'm Al Mancini with Gemini Stevens. On behalf of Happy Hour Vegas' Andrew Morgan and Rich Johnson, wishing you happy holidays regardless of what you celebrate, and reminding you to eat well, drink well, tip well, and always stay hungry.